to the point, is the ceasefire on line of actual control proving to be a liability for the Indian Army?
Yes, yes, it should be made conditional. It should be made conditional. Every time there is a terrorist attack, I, as a soldier, retired general, I personally feel we should give it back to Pakistan in the same coin, or maybe harder than what they are actually hitting against us. It's enough is enough. We have waited for a long time. We wanted not to raise the threshold or up the ante because of the elections which are around the corner. And enough of, I think, tolerance has been demonstrated by the nation, as also we have shown our patience and maturity and responsibility. Now I think it's about time India should give it back nice and properly. If they don't stop, if they don't rein in these kind of terrorist people, whether it is Jaish-e-Mohammed under a different name or Lashkar-e-Toiba, I think what we held back in 2008, Kartikeya, now is the right time to actually, hit hard, hit so hard, so that at least for next couple of months they go into a kind of restraint. This
General,
is
is it correct on my part? You can say no, Kartikeya, you're wrong. Is it correct on my part to say that the ceasefire and LOC is restricting the soldiers on the border to inflict pain on Pakistani army, which is supporting these teams inside India?
Sitting, well, I am not in the line of control, but whatever open media is saying, I personally feel ceasefire is ceasefire. And India, for that matter, is a very responsible nation. Once an agreement goes in with any of the countries, we fulfill to the fullest of expectations. We are not the one
It
who
is an
is.
understanding. It is an understanding right now what's happening on the
Yes,
border. The earlier one took
absolutely.
place when Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. In the
Yeah.
first tenure, when Musharraf was holding the reins on the other side of the border, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. Kartikeya, it has to be seen from the perspective of what is happening around the world. You see, any security incident taking place anywhere in the world, let's not study that in isolation. There is a huge geopolitical churning taking place. There is a huge crossfire in the Middle East. When I say crossfire, suddenly the Turkey comes into picture out of the blue. There are Kurdistan rebels who are actually up and against the Turkish. There are also within Middle East itself, the Israelis are planning for a massive retaliation if Iran responds to, the retaliation against Iran. And let just look at Ukraine, what is happening in Ukraine. Today, the report was saying the North Korean troops have been found in Russia. So the entire global order seems to be absolutely polarized and militarized to going up to a very skewed up kind of a escalation. So therefore, I think the time has come. If Honorable Minister of External Affairs could go and attend the SCO meeting in Pakistan, well, there is no harm in telling Pakistan in clear terms, you stop this, otherwise the ceasefire will cease to exist. We will be flouting the ceasefire and hitting you hard as is to happen before 1st of February 2021. Back to you, Karthik.
Okay. I'm also joined by Dr. Ajit Singh, Senior Fellow, Institute of Conflict Management. Thank you so much for joining me. And the same question is for you. Do you think that this border understanding is proving to be a liability where Pakistani supported terrorists are wreaking havoc both in Jammu and now in the Valley sector?
See, the situation is not that alarming as it is being portrayed in the media and elsewhere. Because if we go by the data, this year 2024 has recorded the lowest number of fatalities in Kashmir till date. If we go by the 1990, when the terrorism peaked in 1990, because the lowest fatality till date in a year was recorded in 2012 when it was 121, and this year, as of now, when we are speaking, it is around 107. So the situation is not that alarming. Yes, there are attacks here and there, and that is because the terrorists are down and out. Most of the terror outfits have lost their top commanders. As the one of the officers said just now, the recruitment is at its lowest. There is the terror groups are dismantled. the supply of arms and ammunition is at its lowest. Now that is one of the reasons that Pakistan is deploying drones to send arms and ammunition from across the border.